We've all been there, right? That powerful, kind of heavy loneliness that can just hit you when you wake up in the dead of night. It feels so personal, sometimes really unsettling, but it's also surprisingly universal. So today, we're going to dig into the science behind it.
It's always that specific window of time, isn't it? The room is just totally still, your phone is dark, and bam, you're wide awake, dealing with a feeling that is so much heavier than just being bored.
If you're hearing that and thinking, wow, that's me, I really want you to know you are not the only one. This isn't just some random bad mood, it's a shared human experience. And today, we're going to figure out exactly why it happens.
And here's the most important part. You are not weak for feeling this, and you're absolutely not imagining it. Science actually has a super clear explanation for why this little window in the early morning is one of the most emotionally vulnerable times for our brains. Okay, so let's start with what's actually happening inside your head. Why do feelings that you can totally handle at noon suddenly become so overwhelming at 3 in the morning? Well, it all comes down to brain chemistry.
So check this out. It's pretty fascinating when you see it side by side. During the day, your logic centers are fired up. Your emotional defenses are high. But around 3 a.m., your body is physically at its most vulnerable. Your mind wakes up, but your logic, your ability to reason, it hasn't caught up yet. You are just conscious enough to feel everything, but not quite grounded enough to make sense of it.
And that brings us to this key idea, the hypnotic state. Just think of it like a waiting room between the dream world and the real world. If you happen to wake up here, the feelings from your dreams can literally stick around, but the part of your brain that would normally say, hey, it's okay, is still asleep.
So let's just walk through how this plays out, because it happens in a sequence. You wake up suddenly, and those emotions from a dream, maybe about someone you miss, they're still right there with you. Your nervous system instinctively starts scanning for connection, for safety, but all it finds is quiet. And in that silence, your brain starts asking some really, really heavy questions. So that's the biology piece. But there's a deeper, more psychological layer to all of this. And it has everything to do with who we are when nobody else is watching.
Think about it. During our busy days, we're all wearing a kind of mask, right? We're productive, we're put together, we're the strong one. But at night, when the whole world finally goes quiet, that mask just comes off. And what's left is the part of us that isn't performing for anyone, the part that just wants a little comfort and reassurance.
This quote, man, it just captures the raw truth of that moment, doesn't it? While you're lying there replaying every mistake or worrying about what's next, the rest of the world is asleep. You are completely and utterly alone with your own thoughts in a way that just doesn't happen during the day. And you know, this feeling can be especially intense for people who are just emotionally exhausted. You know, people who have spent a really long time being the strong one for everybody else. That 3 a.m. moment, that's when your brain is finally being honest with you. It's tired, it's unfiltered, and it's basically telling you it needs a break.
Okay, so we get the why, but what do we do when we're actually in that moment? How do we handle that heavy 3 a.m. feeling without totally spiraling? First, and this is probably the most important thing you'll hear today, waking up like this does not mean you are broken or that you're failing. It's actually a sign that your mind is fighting for you. It's trying to process things, even when you feel completely and totally exhausted.
So in that moment, I want you to just try to practice finding the pause. Just gently remind yourself of these things. You do not have to solve your entire life tonight. You don't have to know the very next step right now. Your only job in this moment is to just be gentle with yourself. You are allowed to simply pause.
Let this be your final takeaway here. There is absolutely nothing strange or wrong with you for feeling this. In fact, it connects you to this huge, silent community of people who are having this exact same experience all around the world every single night.
So maybe we can reframe it a little. What if this isn't a moment of being broken, but just a moment of honesty? What if the quiet hours aren't creating some kind of void, but are simply making our true, unfiltered feelings louder? It's a thought to hold on to the next time you find yourself awake before the dawn.